Hello, today I'm going to talk about permissioned and permissionless blockchains, or in other words, public or private blockchains. So we will see in today's talk what are the differences and where these two different types of blockchains can be used. Let's start with public blockchain or permissionless blockchain. As the name suggests, to be part of this blockchain, you do not need to get permission from anyone. You can join as a participant to a public blockchain. Some examples of public blockchain include Bitcoin, the first one, and Ethereum as another option. So in both these blockchains, you can join without any permission and can start validating transactions or verifying blocks as long as you have the computing power to run a mining process. You can be part of the public blockchain. Now let's look at the private blockchain or permissioned blockchain. Permissioned blockchain is different from a permissionless blockchain because permissioned blockchains are most likely used by businesses. And in a business network, you would not want people whom you don't know to be part of the network. So, in a sense, if you want to join a permissioned blockchain or a private blockchain, you need to be invited by the private blockchain. So you have to have the proper authorization to be involved in a private blockchain, and then do mining or do the validation of these transactions to make a block. So there are a few other differences between these. So let's look at the second thing, which is about incentives. So what makes public blockchains work, and what is it that makes private blockchains work? So in a public blockchain like Bitcoin, the incentive is economic or monetary. So if you do the right thing, mine the blocks, you are rewarded in terms of Bitcoins. And that's quite a lot of money because of the value of the Bitcoin at the moment. In case of permissioned blockchains, the incentive is your reputation, because you are identified, your physical real identity is disclosed to the private blockchain. You would do the right thing. You would not be a bad actor in a private blockchain. So that is the second difference. The next difference is how consensus is achieved in these two and what algorithms they use. For Bitcoin or Ethereum, that is permissionless blockchains, proof of works or proof of stake is used. This is a kind of algorithm that helps achieve consensus among different peers in the network. On the other hand, in case of permissioned blockchains, there are different algorithms that can be used for consensus, such as Raft, Paxo, and PBFT, which stands for Practical Byzantine Fault Tolerance Algorithm. The next point of difference is what are the benefits? What are the benefits of private blockchain? So private blockchain is more scalable because you have limited number of nodes and you do not use a very complex mining algorithm like the proof of works or a proof of stake. So the scalability is achieved. Next thing, and probably the most important one, is privacy. Businesses can ensure private and confidential communications amongst the nodes in a private permissioned blockchain. And the third benefit is access control. You can provide fine-grained access control to different peers in the network of what they can and they cannot do. The next point of difference is how or who adds data to the blockchain. In a public network, anyone can add data in form of blocks, or propose a block with different transactions, and they get added to the blockchain. In case of a private or a permission blockchain, the selected group of people or the private or the consumers of that particular business can create transactions and request those transactions to be added to the block. Once the data is added, the next question that comes is who has access to the data. So in case of a permissioned blockchain, that access is limited to selected participants who the company or who the business has authorized to access the data. But in case of permissionless blockchain, anyone who is a part of the network, a part of the permissionless blockchain, can access the data. So that was in short a comparison between private blockchains and public blockchains, or permission and permissionless blockchains. So depending upon the application that you have in mind, you would go ahead and deploy one or the other kind of blockchains. In the next video, I will talk a bit more about Hyperledger Fabric, which can be used to build a private blockchain. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.